Day 5, Huppatz Hut to Smith Hill Camp. Sometime in the morning, like some early hours of the morning, one of these smoke detectors decided to start beeping for a flat battery, I guess. But the one that it was so high up, and I'm like looking at everything around the hut, like even if I didn't have any batteries that would suit it anyway, but I was gonna try and go up there and fiddle with it or take them out or something, I don't know. But yeah, even if I like stood on the kitchen bench, I wouldn't have been able to reach it. Yeah, that was just doing the like really loud intermittent beep. I was somehow able to get a bit more sleep though. I think the beeping just made its way into my dreams or something, I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty annoying, and I knew I didn't have a huge day, so I kind of wanted a bit of a sleep in, but yeah, it was just too annoying, too uncomfortable, so that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, got up, packed up and headed on out. It was a super foggy morning. Yeah, the tracks were still a bit muddy from the rain the day before, and the night before it rained heaps through the night, and came up so windy. I was so glad I was in the hut. And I had this bit of like a hill climb, like up the side of a hill through this property, but it was sort of covered in Salvation Jane, so that was kind of cool. It is a bit scratchy to walk through, but yeah, super pretty. So yeah, climbed up there, and then I was sort of walking along like halfway up this ridge line for a little while, just on like a track that was a little bit muddy. I sort of had to pick my sections where I was walking, but yeah, that was like fairly easy going. And then when I come down from that, I actually crossed over a stile and got put in with a canola crop. So yeah, first time actually walking right next to a canola crop, and yeah, in between the crop and an electric fence, so just tried to stay away from that. And then at the end of that crop, actually they didn't make it easy for the walkers either, because the stile was like at the end in the corner of the fence, and they had this line running across, you know, like a few meters out. So it's like, okay, like, have you ever tried ducking under something like this with a huge giant heavy pack on your back? But obviously not. And then it was yeah, like a dirt track thing, and then it sort of it turned real rocky, and I noticed like up a bit on the side of the trail there were like these rocks that looked like it was a cubby, you know, like they were just positioned perfectly, like they were too big, you wouldn't be able to move them into that position, but they were just, one looked like a perfect wall, and then I think there was like a round of one, and then one was like a roof. But yeah, it looked like a cute little cubby. And then it was walking by more Salvation Jane, and then I walked past this paddock and it had sheep in it, and I saw an alpaca, and but then there was like this mound, like this heap on the ground, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I was like, oh god, I hope it's not like, you know, a like super fresh dead animal. I've seen enough dead animals, but no, I sort of stopped and I was like, what is that? And then it was just another alpaca that woke up and jumped up, and then I felt bad for disturbing it, but at least yeah, at least it was alive. And then I actually entered this it's like a bit of a, I guess it was like a conservation park or something, and I joined onto the Lavender Federation Trail, which yeah, I'd heard of and was sort of keen to do. It's only a short trail, but yeah, I'd sort of forgot that the Heysen and the Lavender Federation Trail join. So yeah, that was kind of cool. Had a bit of a hill climb up to Webb Gap campsite, so that's where I stopped and had lunch. And yeah, my feet, shoes, socks, everything was wet from like the long grass and stuff, so, and the day before. And I'm having this issue now with my inner soles, so whenever they get wet, or my socks and things get wet, the kind of right under my heel, like where my heel like joins the rest of my foot, the inner sole will like fold over and bunch up, so it's like creating this like annoying like thing that I have to walk on. Like it feels like if you've ever had like your socks kind of bunch up under your foot, it sort of feels like that. So it's just super annoying. And yeah, but they don't do it when they're dry, so it's only when they're wet. So yeah, I was trying to dry them out while I had some lunch. Yeah, anyway, I left there and then come down into just some properties, I guess, just walking along the fence line. I think they went through like a couple or a few. I was walking along there for a while, and then I felt like a snack, so I crossed a stile, and then it was this paddock of cows, but they were sort of further down the hill. And I stopped and sat up there. They stopped and they were still like watching me. I'm sitting there having my snack, and then I thought it was funny that they were all looking up at me, and then I realised I was eating beef jerky, which yeah, probably not the best snack to have in front of cows, but oh well. It sort of turned like more into like bush scrub, I guess, and then started to head up this side of this mountain, and then kind of went like up and over, and a little bit down the other side was Smith Hill Camp, so which was good because the side that I was climbing up was a bit breezy, like that was copping some wind, and yeah, I was getting a bit worried about what this campsite would be like, but then as soon as I like went over the other side, yeah, it was definitely the more sheltered side, so that was good. Yeah, had a suss and worked out a spot and set up my tent. I think I have fully wind and storm proofed the tent. Yeah, I've got a pretty tight pitch on it. Everything staked out, including the guy lines. I figured I'd just do them now in case it come up windy, and then I wouldn't be like stressing and climbing out my tent to do them later. So yeah. Should be alright. Yeah, it was a pretty easy day. Sort of had to dodge like a little bit of mud and wet tracks still from the night before, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, so that was day 35, Huppatz hut to Smith Hill Camp. Alrighty, that'll do. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.